I mean, I was not one to be very pretty with kids. My cousins had kids, almost all of them, guys. Almost all my friends. I think there were very, very few friends that did not have babies, and I was okay with it. One thing my friends did not, that's my baby crying. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, welcome back. So if you're new here, I'm also new. I'm starting a new channel. I am doing my pregnancy series from the beginning until delivery. A bit of a background. In 2015, going through routine pap smear, because I have done a pap smear before at the age of 14, I think, with my mother. Okay, I think I remember what the pap smear was for. Was developing kind of like a rash, or it was itchy, or that was before I went on my period. My mom was now concerned and she took me to a GP. I said, no, there's nothing wrong. It is normal. And now that I was in my teens, I mean, that was bound to happen. Pap smear is like a routine checkup for ladies. It is ought to be done at the age of 21, if not 18. A pap smear, what basically happens is that they will swab for a discharge, what they get there, and then it goes for testing. And then it is testing for cells, abnormal cells. It is testing for basically anything and everything that can be tested for, just to say you are clear, everything is normal, you are fine. And so every year I used to do that. And this was now, I think, my first or my second year. And then I found this doctor, now moved back to Italy in Pretoria. And I went there for routine. And that year I wanted to check for a lot of things. I wanted to check my blood type. I wanted to check for pap smear. I wanted to check, basically, I just wanted to check for everything. And the results came back. I think the results came back after a week. I'm not sure, but I had to go back. And the doctor told me my blood type, and he also said that in my pap smear he detected abnormal cancer cells. So he said to me, basically, he suspects that I cannot conceive naturally, or I cannot conceive. I can't remember which one was which. And then that was it. So now I told my friend, and I friend in KZN, I called Sneh, her name is Sneh. I said, Sneh, this doctor is saying 1, 2, 3, but then I'm coming up there. So yeah, so Sneh said, okay, since while you're coming up in the next week or two, let me just book an appointment with my gyna, because that is now a GP. So I'm going to book you with a specialist so that they can check if, or to confirm, or a second opinion. So don't take this to heart. First, initially, we will see when you get here. So Snap booked me an appointment with her gyna. So this must have been 2015, I think, because I think Usnako was born somewhere in 2014 or 2015, but somewhere there. So I went to the gyna. The gyna had a scan. I remember with my GP, I did not have a scan. And with the gyna back in Pietermaritzburg, he had a scan. And so the gyna took my pap smear. I think I just said to him, so I did not narrate the story. I just said I wanted to come for a routine checkup, and then the gyna took a scan, and in the scan, he also said that you have a suspected case of PCOS. And what PCOS is, it is called polycystic ovarian syndrome. And PCOS has other symptoms. For example, in my case, I had very bad period pains initially. When I started my periods, like my period were the worst. Secondly, I had pubic hair everywhere. It was just very bad pubic hair. I had very bad ingrowns, and yeah. But what he found out, at least there were no cysts, but my eggs were clustered. So this was now a second doctor. This one was a specialist telling me the very same thing, and then he said, you know what? Will confirm with the pap smear. And because I was not residing in PMB full time, I gave my number and my email that they can email me the results, and that was that. So I went back home in Pretoria, and a week later he called me to confirm, and then he said, everything is okay. I guess he didn't take it too seriously, or maybe it was like a norm for him, because I mean, this was a specialist, so he saw all kinds of cases. Fast forward to 2017, going for a pap smear again, and this was early 2017, and I went to another gyna in Midrand, and this is now still my gyna to date. Explained the story to him, and obviously when you go to a new doctor, guys, you have to start the process from scratch. So I had to do the process again. So my gyna took bloods, took pap smear, and he also did a vaginal scan. So the vaginal scan revealed that my eggs were clustered. So I don't know if you know fish eggs, guys. They're like that. They're just clustered all over the show. So all my eggs were stuck together like a cluster of fish eggs. And my gyna said, so basically I am also suspecting, because now without proper testing and things like that, he cannot confirm for sure. So my gyna said, okay, I'm suspecting a case of polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, but we'd have to do further tests to confirm. Because of the previous signs that I have mentioned, or symptoms, bad period pains, pubic hair excessively growing all over, hair on my hands, hair everywhere, very bad ingrowns, hyperpigmentation. I don't know if that's part of it, but in my case there's hyperpigmentation. Yeah, so we took the bloods. I think one of the bloods came back. I didn't follow up the story, because with the bloods, I remember, I think my medical aid was not paying for the blood test or something like that, and I had to pay cash, so I paid a portion or something like that. And what PCOS is, basically your hormones are imbalanced. That's the other major thing. Your hormones are imbalanced. Sometimes you gain weight excessively. It is difficult to lose the weight. You have a pooji, like your stomach, if I can explain it better. But it's not necessarily umkaba. And no matter how hard you work at gym and everywhere, that pooji, it just doesn't go away. And that was also some of my signs. I just confirmed that I now have a case of PCOS, and I cannot conceive naturally, and I was okay with it. One, because, well, I have seen these signs or symptoms the whole time I started my periods. Secondly, I did not plan to have children then. It did not bother me. And thirdly, I know my diagnosis. It's okay. I know it. And then my gyna said, when you're ready to have kids, and then you come and we give you something to drink, whether we deal with your hormones or we give you supplements so that you can conceive. Listen, I was not in a rush to conceive at that time. I didn't even consider children. I was just living my life. It was just me. I was just a pick up and go. I didn't have to consider anyone. So everything was okay. But now, guys, the problem comes when people ask, when are you having children? Why aren't you having children? How old are you? Your biological clock is running out. Time is running out. Like, people come with all sorts of questions and comments, and it is nasty. There was a lady, Yo, Lumama, like, I'm not angry at her to date, but it is because people don't know about these things that they can make such comments that are insensitive. This lady, hey, I'm trying to in, and I said, woman, I told that lady, Janet Jackson is 50. Serena Williams had a child at 36. I am 20. How old was I? I think I was 29, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere there. But guys, indaba yokuba nomntwana is such a sensitive issue. I remember there was this one time, a cousin of mine, I really respected and I was very close to, and he said after seeing me after some time, he said, namanje awukakamit awunamntwana isitofu sakho asibhagi. Yo, guys, I was livid. And I mean, I'm like, this person doesn't even know what I've been through. This person doesn't know my story. And I think what made it worse was that I was very close to this person at some point. Guys, actually in Dabayako, if someone's child cannot have a child. And in my family, like, when you have kids after the age of 30, the chances are 90 to 95% of your family members and extended families and relatives. I mean, there's some start even having kids at the age of 16, 17, 18. And there you are at the age of 28 with no kids. Everybody starts asking questions. No, but I could not say Uguti no, but Ukainawam Usho so, and I mean, I'm fine with it. When I'm ready, I will go. That's not a story that you just tell to everyone. You just go on with your business and like, well, it is my business. And one thing that I did not want was to be frustrated by the fact that, oh, kuthiwa thola abantwana, oh, kuthiwa mela sizwe, kind of a vibe. I just thought that was my business. My friends were not people that were like very pushy towards, like, yeah, they were just not people like that. My friends were just okay. If one of my friends had a baby or was pregnant, we would simply throw a baby shower, but they were not people who were very pushy around the baby area to say your time's running out. All I remember was that my family and that cousin and that lady were the only people that ever asked me about a child. And until recently, another cousin of mine as well. But anyway, I just, if you did that, I simply cut you off my life because you don't understand. First, you are insensitive. Number two, you don't understand. And number three, like, I'm repeating this for the umpteenth time, it is none of your business. So I took it that I'll understand and I'll resist. Would consider this aspect to it. What if this person has had like now 6 miscarriages? What if this person could not have children? And always my grandmother, without me obviously came from a very good place, without me having to tell her, and my grandmother would just like izimbiza all the way, guys. Ayikho imbiza engayiphuzanga in this journey. I did not tell her that this was happening. I only told my grandmother after I got pregnant that this was the story, and I could not explain it to you because you were so, hey ngiba mdala, hey ngizomkhulisa kanjani mase ngigugile, hey my grandmother. But obviously it came from a very good place, but it also came from a place of not having to understand. Also, abantu abadala, they are of the notion ukuthi ayikho into engalungiseki. My mother was a midwife, and her mother said as long as the lady goes on her periods, she can conceive. I think to a certain extent I can agree with that. So it depends on a lot of things. I would say it depends on the quality of your eggs. It depends on the spermatozoa. It depends on where you are at the time. If you are not manifesting a baby, if you are not at that good or right time, it just won't happen. I know the number of excuses. I don't know. I don't want to say it's an excuse because it wasn't an excuse to me. I mean, I knew my story and I was okay with it. I've said a lot of things. First of all, I'm not ready. Well, I'm okay alone. Second of all, are you financially going to assist me? Because as is right now, like, financially, I am like the diapers, the formula, the clothes, the medication or whatever it is. Like, there's always something, and I always brought this up. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, deep down, guys, honestly with you, I was very okay with my situation, and I knew that when it was time, when I wanted to, I would have went to the gyna, and the gyna would have made the pots. okay? So omunye ukuthi omunye umuntu ucabangani, mina benginganandaba. And one thing for sure, I was not going to explain to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I was not going to do it. I refused, and I was okay. I was content. So fast forward to 2021. Yeah, boom, I'm pregnant, and this was unexpected. It was a miracle on its own. I will tell that story when I tell about how I found out I was pregnant, but it was a miracle that I conceived naturally. I did not go to the gyna to get some supplements. I was not expecting it. You know, when something is not even on at the bottom of your list, that was my pregnancy. It was just, it happened. And yeah, here's Wenzile. God has made the things. He made things in his own time. I had no control over it. But above everything else, what I wanted to put out there was that be very sensitive to people's fertility issues. Actually, stay away from fertility issues, Zabantu. Do away with asking people, when are you having children? If the person has one, why aren't you having a second one? There are so many issues that women are experiencing. It is traumatic on its own. Like guys, pregnancy and birth. You know, you see the 7 billion people on earth. Those people, there are women who chose, I will have one child and that's it. And then there are families who say, oh, but that time maybe you are even partially disabled from even giving birth to the first one. And these people, they expect you to bring another human being. You know what I mean? It's just, guys, it's a whole different matter on its own. And if the individual says, I'm okay, I don't want children, or I don't want a second child, it's fine. It's according to them, not according to you. That's just how it is. So first of all, fertility is very sensitive. You need also to be sensitive. Secondly, umuntu mayekhethela into yakhe ukuthi mina I choose not to have children, or I choose to have children, and if they do, they go through IVF, they go through artificial inseminations, I don't blame Kim Kardashian for even going through surrogacy. Like right now, I have one child and she's enough. She's enough, guys. I'm okay, I'm fine. And this coming from a person who had the best pregnancy, who had the best birthing experience. I will come to it when we do it. But I am okay, and learn to be okay with people. Thirdly, it is none of your business. Educate yourselves regarding things of fertility. We need more seminars. Equally so also in men. And I realized that cancer is on the rise. Prostate cancer is on the rise. You know, those things, they affect the production of spermatozoa. It affects, you know, the fluid around the sperms. It affects a lot of things. I remember I once did a health talk about prostate cancer. But guys, it is very sensitive. That's my fertility story. And yeah, it ends with Wenzile. It ends with Wenzile, and she's so beautiful. She's amazing. And every day I look at her and I say, God, is she for real? God, is she mine? I mean, it feels like I'm dreaming every day. Literally, I don't want to lie to you. And yo, it's just, I'm just so in disbelief. I can't believe that God made it happen, and that's why I named her Uwenzi. But anyway, if you are new to my channel, let's get the algorithm going. Click and subscribe, like and share, guys. Copy the link, share, because then it gets more people. And this few coming weeks, we are still on my pregnancy journey. My birthing experience is to die for. I wouldn't advise you to miss that one. Follow me on my social handles, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And yeah, let's get this ball rolling.